Hey everyone, this is Towelliee with TGN, and welcome back to the Mists of Pandaria Beta. And we are here with my bear tank Blubberknot, formerly known as Rumpopotamus on Storm Rage PvE, but apparently someone decided to take the name Rumpopotamus, and I am now Blubberknot, which is the name that I always have chosen for my bear tank. But we're in a Jade Forest, basically the starting leveling area of Pandaria for level 85 plus. About 300,000 invites have gone out right now for the people who have signed up for the annual pass. So people are just swarming into the servers. Like right now, there's like a mosh pit in the beginning area. But I'm here to talk about the 5.0 Druid tanking. Now, everything in the beta is not set in stone. So this is what I have learned, what I have accumulated knowledge-wise about bear tanking, and changes from what we're used to right now in Cataclysm. So let me go over my talents real quick that I chose. I chose Wild Charge. It's basically a charge immobilizing the enemy for 4 seconds in bear form. And if you're not shapeshifted, you could just fly to basically it's like an intervene. So when you're in bear form, you charge the boss to pull it, whatever. Let's say you want to get away from the boss for maybe an AoE ability, you have to like run out. You can go into human night elf form, and just like intervene like a healer, and then go back to bear form, charge the boss again. It's basically like, an intervene on your to an alliance position, or just a charge to a boss. So you can do both of them. Renewal is basically a self-heal. It's 30% of the maximum health of the Druid. Right now, 165k, 50k heal, not bad. Now, Typhoon's pretty cool. Summons a violent typhoon that strikes targets in front of the caster within 30 yards, knocking them back and dazing them for 6 seconds. So I can imagine myself going bear form like in Arathi Basin, and just like throwing people off. Let me do it right here for you. Bam! There you go. Typhoon, love it. Incarnation. Now, Incarnation is pretty cool, okay? This is going to be funny. Activates a superior shapeshifting form appropriate to your specialization for 30 seconds. You may freely shapeshift in and out of this form for its duration. So mine, the new spec, by the way, is the Guardian tree for bears. We now have a separate spec, finally, for bear tanks. Now, normally, I don't usually bear tank on my main at all. Like, I only use this guy for, like, Raid Finder to help other guildies, with dungeon runs or LFR runs, whatever. So mine is called Son of Ursoc, improved bear form that reduces the cooldown on melee damage abilities and growl to 1.5 seconds. So right now my growl is 8-second cooldown. So for that time right there, I can taunt the shit out of things for 1.5 seconds. But when I look at the tooltip, there's so much more. It says increases armor contribution from cloth and leather items by 120% and stamina by 20%. Increases threat generation, causes agility to increase attack power. It seems like the bear form tooltip got mixed in with the incarnation, but it looks pretty cool. Here we go. Let me pop it for you guys. It looks awesome from the side. Where is it? Yeah, look at the size of that bear right there. Little bark skin action. Awesome. It's imagine tanking like that. Look at the melee are gonna be pissed off, man. Look at that ass. Shake that ass. Shake that ass. Awesome. And that'll last for about 30 seconds. Hopefully they'll update the tooltip so we know what the hell's going on. Let's see. And then I went to Mighty Bash, which invokes the spirit of Ursoc to stun the target for 5 seconds, usable in all shapeshift forms. Now, a lot of these talents are usable in all forms. Like I know over here, Nature Swiftness, I can cyclone people as a bear tank. I can use Rebirth without shapeshifting. It's pretty awesome. I haven't picked a last talent yet until I hit 90. We'll get there when we get there. And let's see. So now let's look at some of the abilities for bear tanking. Now what I'm going to do is, after I'm done explaining the bear tanking changes that I noticed, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run the Temple of the Jade Serpent and then post that along with this. So this should only take about a couple minutes. So a few things have changed with our cooldowns. It seems like we have a lot more cooldowns now. I mean, Renewal is a 30% heal of my maximum health. That's kind of like a cooldown type situation. Okay. What I just showed you right there, Son of Ursoc, I'm not exactly sure if that's going to become a cooldown. I mean, it's more like a perk. Your melee damage abilities and growl are down to 1.5 second cooldown. So that means shit like Mangle and everything else is probably just like on a shorter cooldown. Now look at Frenzied Regeneration. Healing received is increased by 40% last 6 seconds. So let's go over here. And that's a Frenzied Regeneration. Yeah. So I have a glyph for this. I looked at my glyph of Frenzied Regen. And what it does is, while Frenzied Regeneration is active, healing effects on you are 40% more powerful, but causes your Frenzied Regeneration to cost 60 Rage initially and no longer convert Rage into health. So I did that by itself. So healing received is increased by 40% in the last 6 seconds. And it's on a 1.5 second cooldown. So the downside, 60 Rage. The upside, 1.5 second cooldown. So that's pretty impressive that you can increase the healing done to you by 40% almost every other 6 seconds. Because once you have definitive aggro on a boss, I see no reason why you shouldn't be spamming something like this while doing your normal rotation. Now, Savage Defense used to be part of our mastery, right? Where we would absorb damage, herpaderpa, I forgot what it was. But now Savage Defense is also a 1.5 second cooldown ability. Costs you 55 Rage. It reduces all physical damage taken by 40% for 6 seconds. So it's kind of like Shield Block. It's basically like, bears are getting like the ultimate mitigation tools right now. At 40% extra healing. And these are short cooldowns. I can keep Savage Defense up probably, every other 30 seconds, 20 seconds, depending on how much Rage I have. And Rage is not hard to come by as a bear tank in Mr. Pandaria. So I'm going to have to find ways to keep that up. Probably Power Auras will probably help me a lot. This is the Incarnation. Then we have Might of Ursoc, 3-minute cooldown. Increases maximum health by 30% and increases health to 30% if below that value. Lasts 20 seconds. Now there is also a glyph for that. It is called Glyph Might of Ursoc. Increases the health gained from Might of Ursoc by 20%, but increases the cooldown by 2 minutes. So you're basically going to get a 50% maximum health increase, but the cooldown will be 5 minutes instead of 3. Then there's also Survival Instincts. Reduces all damage taken by 50% for 6 seconds, only usable while in bear form. And the reason it's 6 seconds is because I spec'd into it so that it reduces the cooldown by 60 seconds to make it a 2-minute cooldown, but the duration, reduces the duration by 50%. It was 12 seconds, now it's 6. So as you can see now, as you glyph into your abilities, it's actually showing up with the changes in the tooltip. And glyph them all. Now there's a few funny glyphs. Now those are the changes that I've seen. That's a shit ton of cooldowns for bear tanks. Bear tanks are looking really, really fucking good right now in Mr. Pandaria. Let's see, Barkskin really hasn't changed much. So basically the rotation for me is still the same, single target, lacerate stacks. Fairy Fire now is different also. It's a 6-second cooldown. Fairy surrounds the target, preventing it from stealthing or turning invisible and causing 3 applications of weakened armor, which is basically Sunder armor. Weaken the armor of the target by 4% for 30 seconds, stacks up to 3 times, so it's 12% armor reduction of your target. It'll be up on the target for 30 seconds, not like 5 minutes, how it is right now. And my other glyphs are the fun glyphs. This is the only one that's working. Glyph of the Stag. Your travel form now appears as a stag. This is going to be pretty cool. Yeah. There you go. And you can ride me. I'm rideable. If you're in my group, you can jump on my back and I can ride you around. So basically, you've become like a mount. You've become like your own sandstone or sand drake, whatever it's called. The one that, you could ride people around in. Yeah. And that's pretty cool. But that's pretty much all the bear tanking changes that I've noticed that are pretty important. Our mastery is now changed also. The mastery that we have is... Nature's Guardian requires bear form, increases your armor by 10%. So mastery rating, yeah, so every time you get 1 point of mastery, it's a 10% increase in armor is what it looks like. So I'm not sure how much you can stack mastery, but that is the new mastery. It's no longer the whole Savage Defense thing. But I kind of like it too, because now we don't really have to rely on crits or anything like that to absorb damage. So major changes: Savage Defense and Frenzy Regeneration are Rage cost, 1.5 second cooldown, glyphed into it. 40% more healing from Frenzy Regeneration, 60 Rage cost, 55 Rage cost, Savage Defense. Reduces all physical damage taken by 40%, basically replacing, or basically giving Druids their own, like, insane amount of block damage. Really impressed. Let's do the Jade Temple. Let's get this shit on the road. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If I missed anything, by all means, correct me. I don't give a fuck. I miss tons of stuff all the time. But, yeah. Jade Temple it is. Let's roll. Alright, so we're here back at the Temple of the Jade Serpent with Blubberknot, my Drruid tank, Guardian spec. And here we go. We're going to start pulling here. Now, not many abilities here to use. We don't have Pulverize anymore, so I don't have any type of crazy critical... Like, I don't have to rely really on crit anymore, I don't think, for any of my abilities. Before, I used to rely on it for Savage Defense. Now, Savage Defense is a 40% physical damage reduction for, what is it, 6 seconds with 55 Rage being used. So, basically, it's just swipe, thrash, maul, swipe, thrash, maul, Typhoon. I used Typhoon a few times, which is really fun. It's like just knockback. It's like, get the fuck back, bitch. And I was just using my new bear form glyph there. Now, I did notice that when I used the talent for, what was it called? Incarnation. And it turns you into that big bear. Obviously, all my melee abilities cooldowns are reduced by about 50%. And my growl is 1.5 second cooldown. That is almost the equivalent of, I forgot what the name of the warrior talent is, where you hit it and then you can hit heroic strike and cleave over and over and over and over again. It's the same thing. It almost makes your thrash and your swipe, like, you know, 50% shorter cooldown, and it's like almost instant. So if you ever have that up for a big trash pull, or if you're feeling saucy and you want to pull like an entire fucking room, just pop your incarnation and just start swipe thrash, just start going fucking crazy. It's awesome. It's also great for mangle spam at the beginning of a fight, because mangle is on a 6 second cooldown. You can start off with what's the name of the ability? Berserk. And then after Berserk, pop your incarnation and just keep hitting maul. Now, here's where shit got crazy. Now, I'm telling people the simple strategy like I explained in my Paladin video. Attack one target, do not attack the right one. Attack Strife and only Strife, do not attack Anger at all. Now, this Grand Marshal Iwina, a European player, decided that, well, he wanted to do it his way, which is switching targets. So I don't know what happened, but we're not supposed to be hitting Anger. Something kept hitting Anger. I don't know if it was the other player. It actually was the other player, correct? There might have been whoever Soul Price is. Someone kept switching back and forth between both characters, and he's trying to explain to me the abilities of the boss. And it's kind of like, if you touch one and you don't touch the other one does no damage at all. I'm telling people, stop hitting the other character. He's telling me, read the fucking debuffs. If you ignore it, it does 100% damage. But what he doesn't know is that if you start hitting both of them at the same time, like these dumbasses are doing, I'm trying to tell him, I did this on my main 4 times earlier. I did this on Towelliee 4 times earlier. This way, it's worked every single way. As you can see at this point in the fight, that man is no longer in our group. He technically nerd raged. He was like, fuck this, you don't know what you're doing, go white for another 5 hours, herp. And I was kind of like, yeah, whatever, dude. Go fucking give me your, European rage on me. I hate you, fucking American scum guy. And just kidding. I always bust the Europeans' chops all the time for being a little bit too on the spark plug side. But basically the same strategy as he used on Towelliee. Let Anger just sit there by himself. He does no insane amount of damage. As you see right here, the only person that's taking damage in the group is myself. And the healer did a really good job of keeping me up, which is a Paladin healer to my right there. And that's pretty much it. That was the whole fight. Just stay on Strife. When Strife goes immune, auto attack, don't even attack. Like I said, if you want to read the boss abilities, just go to the Dungeon Journal yourself, or MMO Champion, any other website. You can read the abilities, but all I know is that leave Anger alone, attack Strife, and you're good to go. Now, as you can see, what I did a lot during this fight is I used my Frenzy Regeneration while he was immune, because I'm taking still a lot of damage while he's immune, and all I have to do is pop Frenzy Regeneration, and while I'm glyphed, it gives me 40% more healing for 6 seconds. And once again, Frenzied Regen is on a 1.5 second cooldown as long as you have 60 Rage. Now, 60 Rage isn't that, I guess easy to get, but I have to figure out, I guess, which abilities build it and stuff like that, because I really don't study bear tanks like that. So as you can see, Strife went down pretty easily. Anger is going to go down just as fast. And I kept using Frenzy Regeneration. Then I went to Savage Defense when Anger was melee swinging me, so I can get 40% less physical damage reduction, which is basically my equivalent of Shield Block, Holy Shield. It's basically my bear block, and it did really well too. I used my, what's the name of that? I already forgot it. Renewal, I think it is. The 30% heal based on my full HP at the time. And whenever I needed to pop Bark Skin, I popped it. Whenever I needed to pop my Little Last Stand, or my Survival Instincts, or my huge big-ass bear form, I popped it. And single target tanking shouldn't be that hard, I think, as a bear tank. I'm pretty sure just keep up your Fairy Fire, which will put 3 Sunder Armor stacks. It's about 30 seconds. Keep up your 3 Lacerate stacks, and then basically just maul, mangle, thrash, swipe off cooldown, and that's basically your bear tanking. There's nothing else to it. Other than that, the other abilities that you can hit in between to fill her up are the Frenzy Regeneration and a Savage Defense. Pretty simple. And the Mastery is 10% more armor per point of Mastery, which is pretty awesome. And I said, yep, that's the way it works. And I'm like, no loot. And it was really unfortunate that guy had to, like, you know, just nerd rage quit and just be like a total fucking dickhead, just because he thought that his way of doing it was right. His way of doing it, in my opinion, can't be done with a pug because it requires too much coordination, too much AoE damage is done. If you tell people to do one thing and directly one thing only, they'll be fine. If you start telling people you gotta do this, then you gotta switch on this amount of stacks, herpa-derpa, I don't like that. That's not the way I'd want to, you know, just teach people how to run a simple dungeon like this. If you want to learn the abilities, like I said, learn it on your own. Now, here we go. We're gonna start pulling the other bosses here. For AoE tanking, like I said, it's pretty simple. Swipe, thrash, maul, off cooldown, typhoon, just for shits and giggles. Now, corrupting living waters, once you finish killing them, they spawn 3 smaller adds, and you always want to just save your AoE abilities. So right now, I'm just kind of like mauling and mangle and lacerating, and bam, right there, as these adds come out, boom, just grab everything. And I'm having so much fun now in Pandaria AoE tanking. I mean, on my Paladin, I was having fun AoE tanking. On my bear tank, I'm having a shit ton of fun AoE tanking. I mean, thrash and swipe is just like, just like, and they're on such a short cooldown that I doubt anyone will be able to pull aggro off you. Now, I'm using some pretty shitty gear. I still have the 378 Major Domo Straghelm, whatever his name is. Fangels, whatever, the weapon that makes you turn into a fiery kitty, a fiery little pussy. That's the weapon that I'm using right now. So I mean, if I was using a Mr. Pandaria 425 dungeon weapon, I would probably be doing a shit ton more damage. I know I've been in a few dungeons today on all my tanks, except for Towelliee, where the ads are doing, like, you know, are getting aggroed by other people who have like already the 425 two-handed weapons from questing and shit like that. I know on Towelliee, I already replaced my heroic Dragon Soul Drinker. Soul Drinker is probably the best slot weapon at the moment for Paladin tanks. Item level 416, and it got replaced today in this dungeon by the last boss of the instance. So yeah, that kind of sucked. I finally got my beta invite too, so I was happy about that. I got all 5 of my tanks on the Lost Isle server PvE. So if you guys, you know, want to see more videos like this, I know I'm doing the same dungeon every time, but I'm using a different tanking class. I've become kind of better with using all my tanks, trying to learn as much as I can about all my tanks. I'm still only going to obviously concentrate on Towelliee, you know, from a theory crafting standpoint, you know, dedicated standpoint, but I am going to try to strive to, you know, try to master the basic knowledge of bear tanks, DK tanks, and warrior tanks. So I already did one on my Death Knight tank, I did one on the Paladin tank, this is my bear tank, and then tomorrow I should have a video up warrior tanking on this dungeon. If you guys want to see every single dungeon from every single tank perspective, let me know. I might be posting, I guess, 5 videos a week in that case, or 4 videos a week. And once my Brewmaster tank is level 85, then you're going to see his ass in action. And that's going to be pretty cool. I would actually show you guys some Brewmaster 85 tanking, but they're currently not implemented as pre-baits to copy over. But we are on the guild Towellee's Master Betas. If you guys want to join us on the Lost Isles. But bear tanking, pretty simple. Nothing much to it. I'm trying to think of other abilities that are pretty important. We still have Enrage, which is on a minute cooldown. Obviously gives you more rage and you take more damage. We have the Charge, we have the Typhoon, we have the Lacerate. Yeah, there's not much. I feel like somehow they've taken out a lot of elements of tanking, or maybe either that, I feel like I'm pressing less buttons as a tank now as I was in Cataclysm. But that could also be because, you know, this is not my UI. Obviously, I use LUI, and with that, I usually have everything set up better. Like, once I have Power Auras, I'll be able to have a better uptime on my Frenzied Regen and my Savage Defense, you know, and my Lacerate stacks and my Fairy Fire. So people are going to be able to see that. But here's the Wise Marty doing his little Lurker ability. Going in circles, they spinning, they spinning, they spinning, hey, spinning. And that's pretty much it. So he dies pretty quickly. And at this point, I'm telling the people that, you know, you're going to be on a YouTube video. I mean, I'm giving everyone props for saying good job. You know, I said this is going to be good for my YouTube vid. And people were like, hi, YouTube. So let's see. I feel normal. And that's a male piece right there. Soul Play says, hi, YouTube. Rest in peace, Fishman. I had a bunch of funny characters. Like I said, once the Dick Douche left, we were all good. But let me know in the comments what you guys think about bear tanking. Like I said, I think it's pretty fun. I think they've improved a lot. I mean, bear tanks right now in Cataclysm have, what, 3 cooldowns? They have Frenzy, Regen, Survival Instincts, and Bark Skin, right? That's pretty much all they have as legit cooldowns, plus their mastery with the Absorb Shield. I mean, other than that, they really don't have anything else. I mean, now, in Mists of Pandaria, Jesus Christ, they have Frenzy Regen, they have Savage Defense, they have Survival Instincts, they Bark Skin, the Last Stand, the Self-Heal. I mean, they basically have a block that's way better than what the fucking Paladin tanks have. So here we go. I pop my Bark Skin. Yeah, baby, Incarnation. Big-ass bear fucking you up. Clawing your eyes out, bitches. That's right. And look at that fucking damage. It's not much damage because of my weapon, but dude, I am raping the shit out of all these mobs. I don't think I lost aggro at all. As you can see, I'm just spamming swipe, thrash, maul, swipe, thrash, maul, swipe, thrash, maul. And I don't have to worry about, you know, any abilities like pulverize. That's the best part about tanking right now, is that a lot of the tanking in Cataclysm required buffs, like pulverize made you crit more, which also helped towards your, you know, mastery. Now it's just like you don't have to worry about procs or anything. Just fucking smash all your buttons, roll your face, get a big bottle of fucking Vaseline and put it against your fucking beard and just rub it all over your keyboard, and you're gonna be fucking successful with AoE tanking. I said Druid with Typhoon equals win. It is pretty much win. And here's the boss. Your fortresses are weak. Liu Flameheart, once again, a very confused young Type 4 Pandarian woman who is currently being, I guess, how do we say, manipulated and controlled by the Shah of Doubt. Shah, obviously, they're the evil energy located in Pandaria. It's kind of, if anyone remembers Ghostbusters 2, the purple slime, whenever people yelled out loud, the purple slime turned into ghosts, or the purple slime reacted in a negative manner. Basically, that's what's going on. Pandaria is like this whole, you know, wholesome, wonderful place to live, and everyone's peaceful until, you know, the Horde and the Alliance come, and, you know, the Shah have always been around, and now because they're here and they're fighting each other, the Shah are like, you know, running rampant on people. Now, I don't know, how did this warrior die? I know he got aggro. He stood in the fire on that one. He gained aggro momentarily. This boss basically targets you, puts a little swervy green thing under your feet, and then he puts fire, and then you die. He's like, yikes, that fire. And in my head, I'm thinking, yeah, that fire, you know. I stand in it sometimes, too, by mistake. But, you know, that's because I'm tunnel vision like a boss. And the haze has been lifted. Forgive me for downing you. Herb. This is a nice back piece. I haven't seen this one drop yet. Try to take a look at it. Didn't look too great. Kind of like a little bit on the Sundorai side. And the last boss, once again, 2 simple rules: dispel the debuff off of the member who has it, and then step 2, kill your own mirror image, and then profit. And this is the Shah of Doubt. Once again, a placeholder, not the official last, I guess, model for this boss. And once again, very good group. Props to what's the name of that guy right there? Soul Splice, Potato Dude, and Tiny Tifa, and Feral to boot. for a pretty good dungeon run here. Like I said, except for that little snafu in the beginning, we all did pretty good. And a couple of people still logged in tonight from Towellee's master betas. And yeah, I basically marked myself with a triangle so people could stack on me. But if you guys see anything that I might have missed when it comes to bear tanking, let me know. I'm always willing to learn from other tanks that are Druid tanks. What do you Druid tanks out there think of the recent changes? Do you think bear tanks have now moved up to like #1 on the best tank list? I think they're there. I mean, I haven't done Brewmaster tanking, but now that Paladin tanks and Warrior tanks have to deal with the two-roll system with avoidance and block, it kind of gets a little hairy, kind of moving bear tanks to the top of the list almost, in my opinion. The thing that I hate about the whole block mechanics changing is that, the more avoidance you have, to avoid a hit during the first roll, it basically makes your mastery useless. It basically makes your block useless. And like I said, we'll see what happens. But right now, I wonder how much mastery I can stack to get, a complete 100% damage reduction as a bear tank. That's going to be interesting to find out. And there you go. The Shaw of Doubt goes into shadow form. We all stack together here, except for the, I think that's the healer, right? Or some sort of elemental shaman was, kind of soloing her ad all the way there by herself. And this has been Towelliee with TGN. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. I'm trying to cover as much Mists of Pandaria coverage as I possibly can. If you guys want to see something else that's tank related, let me know. I'm not really too good with caster DPS. I don't mind switching to a melee DPS to show people, I mean, there's no recount right now. There's no damage meters, no SCADA, nothing. We can't use add-ons probably for like about another month in the beta, I would say. But check your battle.nets. See if you're in the beta. If you are, come chill with me on the Lost Isles, man. Hang out. Towellee's master betas, and I'll shoot you guys an invite. I'm probably going to be streaming the past week. We've had like 3,000+ people watching the live stream, and it's been pretty enjoyable. And everyone's been having fun. We've been doing contests. We've been giving away game time. I give away shit every single week on my live stream. People love it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, live stream is twitch.tv/Towelliee. My main YouTube page is youtube.com/ConsoleCrusader. Towelliee.com, twitter.com/TowelleeTank. Thank you all for watching. Much appreciated. Double chest pound. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out. This video is part of the Way movement. We lay it out for you to play it out. To find out more, head to tgn.tv. Peace.